I never liked the phrase Bernie or bust. I don't call those people, I don't call those bench sitters Bernie or busters. Because Bernie was never down with those guys. Bernie campaigned harder for Hillary Clinton than Hillary Clinton campaigned for Hillary Clinton. I call those people collaborators, fascist collaborators, and I'm making a list of doucheballs. And on that list is Kyle Kulinski.
All right, so there's a lot I have to say in response to this. First of all, I want you to note a difference here. I've never voter shamed anybody. Even when it comes to Trump voters, I don't voter shame them. Because I don't believe in voter shaming, because I think it's counterproductive to the whole point of trying to get people on your side in the first place. So I just want to note the irony.
That's not what irony is there, Alanis Morissette. Irony would be if Donald Trump won and we had more democracy. As for voter shaming, I do believe in voter shaming. I love voter shaming. It's all I ever do. And you do it too, dude. You're lying. You voter shamed Hillary Clinton voters. As well you should have. I know I have. She was a bad candidate. Everyone who voted for her knew Bernie was the better candidate. The Democratic establishment knew that she was a bad candidate. In fact, in 2008, they asked Obama to run precisely because of her. Because they knew she couldn't win. But the difference between me and you, Kyle, is I don't stop there. I voter shame Jill Stein voters. Because there were enough votes in 3 different states, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin, to pull her over the finish line. And there should have been a unified anti-fascist front to stop fascists from consolidating power. To stop those Supreme Court appointments. There's never an excuse to ever let a fascist win. And by the way, I heard you lying about those numbers. You claimed Jill Stein did not have those numbers. But Google's free, dude. And I looked it up. As for Trump supporters, you don't shame Trump supporters? You don't think there's anything shameful about voting for Donald Trump or any Republican? Are you kidding me? Oh, well, she should have never called those neo-Nazis deplorables. She's never going to win them over that way. Are you delusional, dude? Huh.
Of basically this person mad that I don't want to vote for Biden, and then he proceeds to do the exact same thing that would further exacerbate people in my position from voting for Biden. So, in other words, you're creating more of the thing that you don't like. If you don't like it that people aren't voting for Biden, what you're doing is the last thing you should ever do to try to get people to vote Biden. Because really, it's shaming and it's insulting. And it's not even understanding the argument and responding to it before you even understand the argument.
What's the argument exactly? I never quite got that. I definitely never got another strategy. What was the argument for letting the moster of two evils win? What exactly was the plan? You were going to teach the Democrats a lesson? What Democrats? Who? Yeah, you really taught Al Gore a lesson, right? He really paid for that, not us. We're not the ones that paid for that decision, were we? You taught him such a lesson that we got John Kerry 4 years later. And then Obama 4 years after that. What are you kidding me? What was the other story I heard? If we allow a right-wing extremist Supreme Court to to overthrow the government and install a right-wing, authoritarian, one-party system that's going to spark a revolution. Dude, you don't even have the spine to vote for somebody you don't like. You couldn't light your own fart, much less spark a revolution. Are you kidding me?
So, listen. He calls me, quote, delusional and irresponsible. I'm just going to put that to the side because those are, like attacking my intelligence or attacking my character. I like to think that I've done enough for people who watch the show to understand that I'm always being honest and upfront with you, and you could disagree with my conclusions, but, to go in the gutter like that, I just think is ridiculous and unfair and speaks poorly of you. It says nothing about me.
In other words, he's rubber and I'm glue. I'll tell you what, we won't go into the... I won't mention your intelligence or your character. I won't even mention your religious bigotry. Let's talk about your looks. You're like the type of dude that tucks in his t-shirts. You're pretty basic. Rocking a goatee in 2022. You look like a beeper salesman at a mall in Long Island in the 90s. You look like a coke dealer in an old episode of 90210. You look like a dude who owns many brands of cologne. You look like if Axe body spray was a person. And your voice, when you raise your voice at me, it aggravates my ears. I know you're trying to impersonate a passionate person, but your anger, it sounds fake to me. I don't believe it. It makes me want to pee on you. Not in a fun way, like how I pee on your girlfriend in the shower, I sneak up behind her, start peeing. She feels something warm on the back of her thigh. She turns around. She's like, "Hey, you." Not like that. Like in a nasty, mean way. I want to pee on you in a nasty, mean way with like a thick urine. Like I just got done whacking off with a full bladder. And I pee on your pant leg on the train while you're on your way to someplace important. You don't vote based on your emotions. If I hurt your feelings, that's the deciding factor in how you cast a ballot. Elections are about policy. They're about power. In this particular case in 2016, it was about stopping the wolves from getting through the door. Well, they're through the door because of your feelings. Because you are weak and not threatening to anyone, which is precisely why Joe Rogan likes you.